Take this, David Attenborough.
Sir Grayson Perry, everybody. You have cycled in today. Are you someone that cycles everywhere?
I love passing someone in Lycra when I'm wearing a dress.
Yeah. What have we got here, please?
We've got a smashed cucumber and steak noodle salad.
Oh, yes.
For a few years, I worked making sandwiches in a hairdresser's on the King's Road.
Did you?
Yes, I made Zilla Black a sandwich.
Oh, my God. What would you say is your favourite kitchen utensil?
Bottle opener.
Love that.
Hello and welcome to Dish from Waitrose. I'm Nick Grimshaw.
And I'm Angela Hartnett.
And we are here for another episode of Dish.
Dish.
And you all right?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yeah?
You?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Ange.
Good.
Yeah.
Ready for our guest today?
I'm really looking forward to our guest today.
You've met our guest before.
Have you ever met?
No. Been a big fan.
Sir Grayson
fan.
Perry on Dish
Huge
today.
name.
Grayson's great. I've been a big fan of Grayson. I really like kind of all that Grayson stands for. They're very obviously talented in the artistic world, but they always speak out about sometimes how ludicrous the art world is, has written and hosted shows about class and masculinity.
He's definitely
and
his own
gender.
person.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure. There's no, you can't hide behind
No.
it. Yeah.
And I always like someone that sort of excels in their field, especially a field like arts, where people are maybe a bit intimidated by or daunted by, he could be a right.
Yeah.
And actually, he's really disarming in the art world and makes it really accessible.
I think he brings it all back to earth.
Did you enjoy art ever?
I did actually. I did a bit of pottery. I would never say I'm a ceramicist, but no, I do like a bit of pottery. My neighbour's a potter, and my uncle is a potter, and actually, my God, I'm surrounded by potters, and my cousin. It is interesting how my uncle's he's ad lib. He's if it looks a bit wonky, he doesn't know. Whereas my neighbour, it's absolutely, you could have bought it in John Lewis. It's perfection. But I always think people who are artistic have a general sense of style, and Grayson's got there's style about him. He's got that in his blood. Yeah,
I love his voice.
Yes,
and I also love the way he talks as well. So you are in for a treat if you are listening to this podcast. So Grayson is here to talk about a tour that he's doing called Are You Good?
Yeah,
which is going to be touring from October, and it's posing the question: Are you good?
Are you good, Nick?
Are you good?
No, not all the time.
No,
it depends what you clarifies good, bad. If you don't wash up at night, is that bad?
No.
If you crashed into a car, would you leave a note or wait for someone?
Oh, I'd leave a note.
You'd leave a note?
I don't think you could just wait. They might be on holiday.
But you wouldn't just drive off?
No, I definitely wouldn't drive off. No, I'd have horrible guilt.
Yeah.
Would you?
No, of course not. Leave a note,
Yeah, leave a note. Car, Enge.
Like that.
No, I know you're good because you'd go out of your way for others. If I texted you one night and I said something like, "Oh, I'm poorly and I'm starving," you'd drive over.
With a big bowl of chicken soup.
Yeah, you would.
That's very sweet.
Yeah.
Don't text me. No, I'm joking.
Now, usually around this time on the podcast, we like to talk seasonality and you'll produce something. This week, we want to talk about fish. Now, we thought a raw fish on the table wouldn't look great if you're watching this on YouTube.
No.
I've never thought about fish being seasonal, but why is this a good fishy time?
You not heard that expression, should eat mussels with an R in the month?
Oh, yeah, I have heard that.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I mean, the thing is they can cultivate mussels now, so it's not necessary to. But you do stick to it because it's the warmer months and the cooler months, you see. So June, July, you wouldn't because they're hot months.
Hot mussels.
Yeah, whereas now you come into September, October, cooler months, you see, are in the month, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that does
So,
make
and
sense.
it's more about the temperature and what's abundant in the seasonality. So cod, haddock, all coming into season, perfect time of year. You wouldn't, certain lobsters, you wouldn't use Cornish lobsters now because that's the summer months. You'd probably go for Scottish lobsters coming in. So there is, and it is about the temperature and how much you'll have because they want cold water. They don't want to be there swimming in a 40-degree bath.
No.
Yeah.
Well, imagine the olden days before we'd just have tomatoes and strawberries all year round or whatever.
Exactly.
I guess fish, they're always off somewhere, aren't they?
Yeah, of course.
So they'd be like, I've got to get down to Seville.
Go to that party in
November.
Ibiza. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then they're like, we better swim upstream now to the UK. They're mad for it.
But
why do animals do that? You watch a documentary.
You mean?
And then it's like the whale goes to Costa Rica to give birth and then swims back. Just have it there. Do you know when you watch it? And it's like, but this bird travels to South Africa every year to lay an egg. So far. Why did they do that?
I don't know.
Why don't they just stay there? Well, now that we know that, it's time to talk art. It's a fish art special with Sir Grayson Perry.
How you feeling? Good?
I mean, I've had a good day. I've cracked iMovie because I had this habit of learning stuff on the job,
Right,
So
yeah.
I've learned pottery on the job. I've learned
Done all
TV
right with
presenting
that,
on the
yeah.
job.
Yeah, very good.
How to be a fashion tutor on the job. How to work Photoshop. How to sing. I learned things on the job. And this morning, I got to make a video for my show. I can make films now.
Next,
my
next,
God.
You're off
At
to
the age of
Hollywood
65. Watch out.
Watch out.
I recommend it as a tactic.
to learn stuff.
Yeah, just have a go and learn, and because learning is a joy.
A round of applause for the one and only Sir Grayson Perry, everybody. Hello. Hi, Grayson.
Hi, Grayson.
Hello.
Welcome to Dish. How are you?
Thank you. Great. No,
Yeah?
looking forward.
Oh,
Yeah,
Are you
good.
hungry?
Thanks,
I'm
Grayson.
always hungry.
Thanks for
Yeah.
that. I'll just go now.
Do you know what?
fine.
Are you sometimes...
Should I do that again? Should we really do that again? Do you want to ask that?
Are you hungry, Grayson?
Oh, I'm starving. That's sweet. It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Didn't you eat? What's wrong with you?
But we're starting with a beer because you wanted an ice cold beer. So that's what we've got to start. Last time I saw you, Grayson, was on the radio with you, and we had such a lovely time. I was telling Ange before you came in.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was really fun. So we're very excited you said yes again.
Yeah, I don't say yes to everything.
No.
Oh, good. We feel privileged.
We do.
Yeah.
We truly do. Now, we wanted to talk about the Dish Cycling Club because there's quite an illustrious guest of people that do cycle into Dish. We've noticed it. You have cycled in today. Are you someone that cycles everywhere?
I cycle everywhere. I can go weeks without getting into car or going on public transport.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all year round. Yeah, I do it for leisure. I used to do it for sport. Well, when I was younger, I did mountain bike racing, and I still like going on cycle tours, and I do a bit of mountain biking every weekend.
Do you remember when you
wow.
first got your bike and what that was like? 'Cause
Yeah.
that's one I'm terrible at, like a childhood memory. I can't really remember too much, but the bike was key to my childhood. Was it
It was
for
a
you?
slightly sore memory because my sister, even though she was younger than me, she got a bike before I did because we didn't have much money. And so I was a bit sort of fed up about that.
Yeah,
and then I always had really kind of ratty sort of second-hand bikes when I was a
Right,
kid.
yeah.
So I can sort of remember when I got older and I could afford. I remember I gave up smoking and I realised that my first mountain bike was a year's smoking money.
Wow. That's...
And so I took up cycling and I got really, really keen really quickly,
Yeah.
and then but within about 2 or 3 years I was racing.
Do you
Yeah.
remember the moment you took off, like when you had your stabilizers off?
Oh, yeah. In the
I taught
freezer.
myself.
that you taught
I come from a very dysfunctional family.
Yeah.
I taught myself to ride a bicycle on my neighbour's bike.
Oh, wow.
But my husband cycles a lot. We have 3 bikes in our hallway.
It's the
just
new
hanging
Golf,
up.
though, isn't it? As someone,
I hope not.
yeah, it is.
So
It is.
Golf's all
As
right.
someone who's cycled for 30 or 40 years, when you suddenly becomes popular, it's a bit like that band that you've been following at the pub, and suddenly they're playing arenas. And you
Yeah,
kind of go,
fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. But you can't do that about Neil. Neil's
But-
proper old school cycle. He's been doing it for years.
Yeah, it's
He's
all right,
big
though. I
time.
think
He's
that's all right.
That's
He's all right.
But there's a lot of amateurs out there.
There are.
But I love passing someone
do?
in lycra
Yeah.
when I'm wearing a dress. That is one of my most biggest pleasures. They're all clipped in and they're going for it. And I'm a bit tanked up coming back from a party, probably. And I'm all flying, ribbons flying, and I'm on my Dutch bike and I'm like this. And I pass them, and there's a little bit of me that goes,
Yes. I think
Well, because you cycled to Dish,
Yeah.
and we're spotting a trend here now.
Yeah,
Graham
everyone's
Norton,
doing- Graham
cycled
Norton.
to Dish.
Steve Coogan.
Steve Coogan, cycled to Dish. Chris Evans, cycled to Dish. We've made you this. It's the very first
yeah.
badge.
what an honour. Can I put it with my other badge?
Yeah, you can
course
see
you
it. It's the
can.
I cycled to Dish badge.
I'm so
so
honoured.
there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
There we
I
are.
cycled to Dish. Love
Fabulous.
that. We should do your food likes and dislikes. That's how we begin Dish.
Okay.
It's what we do. Your loves start with Marmite on toast.
Oh, yeah, every
Oh,
morning,
yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Talk us through how you do it. Do you do butter? You do Marmite as well?
Yeah,
White
butter
bread,
and
brown
Marmite,
bread?
yeah. Well, my wife makes a lovely loaf of bread.
Oh,
yes.
so fresh
She's
bread.
very good cook,
Yeah.
my wife. So quite often it's homemade bread. Melt the butter in, nice bit of butter. Then just a dab of I don't like it too thick.
Yeah,
Some people
no.
put it on like Nutella.
No, it's wrong on every level.
You just want to dab. Because my auntie used to make it, and she used to sort of scramble up the crumbs, and so they all became a kind of butter crumb Marmite mixture that kind of sat in the kind of pan of the slice. If you know.
Oh wow! Okay, God.
Yeah.
So it all amalgamated together.
So it's got a lot of kind of history in my family, going right back to my earliest childhood.
Yeah.
So Marmite toast, still love it.
You also love pies, yes. Steamed cabbage, sriracha, fat noodles, crunchy salad or stir fry, roasted cauliflower with chili, pasta, tacos, sushi, tempura, dosas, chips, freshest fish, rare beef, good milk chocolate from the fridge. There's a good list.
Milk chocolate, I like that.
Yeah, because I get when people say, "Oh, I've got this amazing chocolate," it's like 89% cocoa powder or whatever it is,
Can't eat it.
And I eat it, and it's like eating a candle.
Yes, it's so horrible.
It's absolutely disgusting. Yeah.
That's made my week, that has.
Milk chocolate.
It says here that you like to have a banana at 11 a.m. Did you do that
Why
today?
11? Yeah.
Every day.
Every day.
I think it's because, you get to a certain age and you want to watch your weight.
Sure.
And when I was, in my 20s, I'd be 5 meals a day person. But I remember once when I was 15, I came in, I'd been out on my push bike, and I came in, I ate 5 slices of toast for a snack.
All in one thing, layered on top of one
and I
another.
used to eat 5 meals a day when I was in my 20s.
Play it out, mate. Just starving.
Yeah.
Swimming. Remember how starving you were after swimming as a kid?
Get you another beer.
Oh my God, you'd be starving.
Every day, so what I do is 11 o'clock, I have a coffee, black coffee, with a banana, and that is my mid-morning snack. And it just sort of hits the spot.
Yeah.
It's a bit healthy.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like you've had something, but it doesn't feel like you've eaten a cake.
We liked the fact that you have a ritual of having a banana every day at 11. So we asked our dish audience if they had any similar ones. A few of our favourites. Clutterbuzz, great name, says, after the dog walk every day, I like 2 pickled onions. Love a pickled onion.
But
from 0 to 60, that's 0 to 60, isn't it? I mean,
dog walk could be at 7 in the
I
morning.
like a pickled onion,
There you
but
go.
with something, not just on its
Oh,
own.
no, I could do it out of the jar. Natalie says, I like to routinely have an afternoon have a bit of a birthday cake sandwich when I'm on my shift.
Where's she working, Natalie? Bakers?
No,
Baking
bakers,
the
I
cake?
presume
Something
so.
very physical.
Yeah.
And finally, someone says...
Grave digging.
Great. That's from Natalie, the gravedigger. Actually, Natalie the Gravedigger is the name of your new show. No, I'm joking. Onto your dislikes, Grayson. There was one specific item which was aubergines.
Yeah. There's something slimy, and unrewarding, and then the skin.
Yeah.
The skin can be very annoying and not kind of break up and get caught in your teeth or whatever.
Yeah. You've had bad aubergines.
Takes
not
a lot of
cuts.
work to make an aubergine nice.
Yeah,
do you
it's
think,
got.
maybe?
Yeah, you can
Which
do
makes
it.
me think, why eat it?
There's also
Why
got
bother?
that slightly perfumey thing going, which I don't like. It's like
Yeah.
eating perfume. I don't like it.
And then more general themes, which I think we can all agree with as your dislikes. Overcooked vegetables.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
If it's a bit mushy.
Mushy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I learned, because coming from a working class background, that's what I grew up with, was overcooked vegetables.
Yeah.
And then suddenly I went sort of like to supper with a middle class friend, and suddenly it was like, oh, this broccoli tastes nice.
Yeah. I never knew that was possible.
You're not into over-salted food, and you also don't like a heavy pudding. What would you constitute as being a heavy pudding?
Well, I suppose, any kind of pie.
Yes.
I mean, I quite like a crumble, but I would want a heavy fruit bias.
Yeah. 2/3 fruit, a third crumble.
Yeah,
something
if it
like
gets
that.
too crumble and not enough fruit, then
Yeah.
I'm not going to go there.
Whereas I love the crumbly bit. I love the
Yeah, but by that point, I've had enough to eat usually.
Yes.
I enjoy my main course.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to make you something to eat now. After
Okay.
all that. Nothing bland.
Nothing
overcooked
bland, no
vegetables,
aubergine,
none of this.
none of that,
it
please.
might be. I've never had that good a sense of smell, and your sense of smell is linked to your sense of taste. So sometimes I think that my palate is very insensitive.
Right.
Unlike the rest of me.
Which is too expensive. I wanted to talk to you about greasy spoons. Because I read in an interview that you're a big fan of greasy spoons. We've got a great greasy spoon near us, which we go to on the weekend.
They're a dying breed.
They are.
It's a sad thing. When I was younger, when I had a bigger capacity, I would often go to a greasy spoon. And my favourite was chips, sausage, tinned tomatoes, and fried egg.
Yeah.
That was the combo I like. I've always been very partial to a tinned tomato.
Tinned tomato. You got any back there?
Plum tomato.
No tinned tomatoes, but I'm with you there. That's what my grandmother used to do. Tinned
There's something
tomatoes.
about that sort of watery sort of thing that they're a good complement.
Yeah, I always think I don't know if I like them or if it's just like the nostalgia of it, because it just reminds me
They are a
of
bit like
my
kind of skinned.
grandmas. Yeah. Yeah, love it.
And on that note, here's your lunch.
My favourite.
Right, Ange, food is here. What have we got here, please? Steak,
We've got a
cucumber?
smashed cucumber and steak noodle salad.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, talk to me about smashed cucumbers, because I keep seeing people smashing cucumbers all over the internet.
They're smashing them because you absorb more flavour. You take it all the centre, the middle of it. So you're taking out all the watery seed bits. And then you put them in there with, what do we have in there? Rice wine vinegar, soy sauce, sesame oil, and a little bit of honey in there as well. And it just has that lovely sort of umami flavour that really works with it. And then it gets, because you love a crunchy salad, Grayson, so we had the crunchiness of the cucumber with the noodles and then the steak as well.
How are you smashing your cucumbers?
Cut them lengthways down the centre, take out the seeds, turn them so skin side up, and then just with a rolling pin, smash them and then chop them up.
You know, people keep doing like smashed burgers, smashed
they do.
potatoes, smashed avocado,
I
smashed...
just think, in my mind, what I go to is that chef's got a lot of tattoos.
There is a chef look, Ange.
There is.
You must have
It's a
seen the
very,
chef
we
look.
always call it, it's like a Shoreditch look, the Shoreditch chef with the
Shoreditch
beard.
chef look.
But they
with
still
the
go for it.
tattoos.
When you see the cooking programs on the TV, there'll still be the bold shaved-headed chef, with the tats.
Yeah.
And it's like, mate, can we get over that?
Yeah. Change your style. That's what they need to do.
What sort of steak do you use for this?
So
Any
you
old
can use,
steak?
no, you can
Any
use
old
rump,
steak?
but we use sirloin. You want one with a little bit of fat through it because you're sauteing it quite quickly, so you want to keep it nice and pink inside, but the spice and the corn flour give it that little crispiness around the edge. So rump steak is great, also sirloin. Cut it against the grain and then saute it in a wok if you've got it, ideally. Perfect.
Yeah.
So it's quick.
And how long for?
Couple of minutes, that's it, done.
It's very nice.
Do you like that, Grayson?
I used to be kind of like, I can afford a fillet. But then I got a bit bored of it.
It's not the best cut.
No.
No.
I do prefer the other cuts.
Yeah, exactly. And the ribeye even better because you've got all that lovely fat going through it. You want that moisture, you see. That's it. And the flavour.
nice.
Anything with the fat's got flavour. Don't let anyone tell you anything else.
I'm very hit or miss with the steak, but
Yeah.
this is here.
You like that? Good.
This is very tasty, Ange.
Thank you.
Talk me through how we'd make this at home.
So you cook your noodles, refresh them so they don't continue, wash all the starch off. You've smashed your cucumber and that's in its marinade of honey, rice wine vinegar, sesame, soy. You take corn flour and 5-spice seasoning, mix that, season up your meat with that, and then you fry it off your meat. Touch of soy in there, and then you mix it all together, and then you got your salad.
And what about the wine pairing, Ange?
So South African wine, Albert Road, a Pinot Noir.
It's nice. I like a kind of. I don't want anything from a red wine that's too sharp. I remember when talking of class, when I was a teenager, I had a very, very posh girlfriend, and I used to kind of have my tea back at home. So when I was in a 5 meals a day type, I'd have my tea, then I'd get on my motorbike and pat over to the next village and have supper with my girlfriend, and they would always have wine. They lived in Tudor Manor House.
Okay.
And we'd always have nice wine.
Oh, lovely.
And so I sort of started, actually, I quite like wine.
Yeah.
Because you'd only had rough wine up to then. I suddenly actually, I quite like wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I like this vintage wine. Yeah. If you want to try this recipe or any that we do on Dish, waitrose.com/dish recipes. They are all on there. Do you have a favourite restaurant? Do you have a place that you love to return to go that you always think hits the spot?
I've had some amazing meals over the years, travelling and I hang out with a lot of rich people, so that's good.
That's always good. They pay.
So, my local restaurant near to where I live is Morrow.
Oh, lovely.
In Exmouth Market. So I probably go there more than because I just like looking at all the young people walk past.
Yeah.
on a summer's evening. You know, I like sitting outside, having a nice meal and watching the people go past. But yeah, I've been spoiled in terms of food over the years. And I beat Macy Gray.
Didn't she walk off in a huff?
Oh, she was in such a huff.
Favourite Sunday roast?
A kind of sous vide lamb.
A sous vide lamb?
We're all in this together. It's a community.
The tour's called Are You Good?
Yeah.
How are you feeling about the tour? And now we're, a bit of a way out.
I mean, I'm feeling quite good because I think it's going to be fun. I'm actually the least prepared I've ever been. But I think that's a good thing because when I go on tour and I do kind of, like last time I did like 30 dates, I hate myself when I feel I'm getting slick.
You want a bit of chaos.
I want a little bit of chaos and a little bit of fun. But I think the audience likes that too. They like to feel they're in the moment.
Yeah, of course.
And it's nice to see something real.
So I don't learn it. I don't learn the show. What I do is I just put together a very, very long PowerPoint, and that kind of cues me up to talk about certain things. I mean, lots of jokes, so lots of audience participation. I ask the audience, what they think about certain things, and a few songs. But that gives me a structure where I can kind of, if I fancy going off on one and losing my temper a bit or smell something, or I can do that.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's a good place. So then you've still got the PowerPoint to bring you back in, but you can wander
exactly.
off.
And you just click on the next slide when you feel yourself drying up.
That's a good way to do it.
My producer sometimes said, that was an hour and 15 first half. That's a bit long.
bit long for one slide. That's one slide. And it's about finding out if people are good or if actually they're evil. Right?
Well, I cover both bases.
You both bases.
Yeah, well, goodness can be a little bit kind of, what can I say, a bit dish raggy.
Yeah. right.
A bit earnest.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A bit kind of like slightly overwashed linen.
Yeah. Well, that's why we always like the baddie in a show, don't we? We always sort of veer towards that person in that show we're looking. We like them. Yeah, we're attracted to the baddie.
Yeah.
You said there's song in it. There's the song is that you?
Yeah, I always
you're singing?
write some songs. Yeah, I love singing. Yeah,
because you like singing because you're the mass singer.
I did. Yeah, I loved it.
And how did that happen? Did they just ring you?
Well, they just heard that I liked singing. They were very keen, so they asked me one year, and I was actually on tour, so I couldn't do it. So I said, definitely do it next year. And so they called me up again, and we had an absolutely lovely time. It was such fun.
Yeah.
And I beat Macy Gray.
Yeah.
Didn't she walk off in a
huff?
huff?
She was in such a huff. I loved it. The moment of the series, basically. The moment of the series was when she took the mask off and her face was like thunder. Like this. It was like, because I think she had won the American one.
Oh, right.
But
okay.
I don't think that necessarily the Masked Singer at US is the same as the British version, because in Britain we know it's ridiculous. But what's brilliant about it is it's a superbly crafted, enthusiastic piece of ridiculousness.
Yeah.
Whereas in America, they might have thought it was a singing competition.
They're like, this is quite normal.
It's going to change my career.
It's not that,
well, if you want to see Grayson sing on tour, amongst other things, tickets for Are You Good are on sale right now, and it's going to be from October the 7th right through to December the 7th. We were talking before about the Turner Prize and what it means for an artist to win a prize, or even the idea of giving a prize to art. It was 22 years ago when you won the Turner Prize, and it was quite a huge breakthrough because you were the first potter to win the prize, presented by Sir Peter Blake. How was it for you? How did it feel to be up for the Turner Prize? How was it to win the Turner Prize?
I mean, it was really in its pomp at that moment. You know, when the art world was really flourishing in London. London was the centre of the art world, and so it was a huge thing. You know, we'd have like a kind of half-an-hour show on Channel 4 live, I think, and it was big. So when you got nominated, it was like, oh, wow, this is it. You just get that platform and you get the exhibition at the Tate Gallery, and that's very exciting. So I sort of thought, that's great, and then maybe winning will be like the icing on the cake.
Yeah, sure.
But then when I won, which I didn't expect to do, it was sort of like, oh, I see, you get the whole cake shop.
And a bakery in a van.
Exactly. So it was really amazing, because being me wearing a frock and everything, I got a lot of publicity, but it was all good. Pretty much all the, I was getting positive write-ups across the press from sort of left to right, and it was really funny. And it was a good moment in my. It's about publicity. That competitions are basically PR jobs for the sector, of their culture, whether it be the Oscars or the Booker Prize or whatever. I think the sort of cultural landscape has changed because, when I was growing up, the art world was in some ways very much at sort of, the cutting edge of culture. And I don't know if it is anymore. I think the cutting edge is probably somewhere out there in kind of online culture somewhere with AI or something.
Yeah.
I think that the really kind of like people who are pushing what it means to be creative are probably somewhere else now. And it's changed hugely.
Because it was when it was all that Britpop sort of era bit, when you had the Sensation exhibition, and the Sartre, that's when you felt art was like everywhere.
Yeah.
And it was all there. Yeah.
Brian Eno has a phrase, he calls it senius.
Yes.
Which is senior. So you think of sort of like Paris, 1905.
Yes.
Or kind of like New York, 1953. Or whatever, and it would be a coming together of a group of creative people and the energy of a place or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
And but I don't know if that happens anymore because we live in a digital world.
Yeah.
How do you feel about a prize for art in general? Because I remember, do you remember when Madonna gave out the award?
Oh, yeah.
She gave out the Turner Prize, and I can't remember now because now I've had 2 beers.
She's a fan of mine.
Yeah, I bet.
Cool.
Well,
she came to my show recently,
Yeah, I saw a post about it. Yeah. Have you ever crossed paths with her?
No.
But I saw she loved your show and posted all about it, which is mad.
Amazing.
Because she don't post about stuff apart from like
herself.
Look, it's me, Madonna.
Well,
she posted.
I'm
which
under
is
the
fair
radar. Hey, I'm a sleeper, kids. I'm under the radar, but I may be cool.
This is a one-out.
But she's a huge art fan, and she always, obviously like references it. But I remember the speech that she gave, which she was basically like saying, like, what's going to happen to these artists when they win a prize? Are they going to make better art? Probably not.
Oh, I did. For me, it was great.
Yeah.
I've done my best art since.
Did you?
Yeah,
did it make you?
definitely.
Did prize winning or being recognised make you make better?
But it
art,
gives you
or-
more opportunities,
Right.
and you get a little bit more confidence, and you get a bit more money. So therefore, you can put your money into your
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so I feel like I've done my best work since I won. Yeah, and also you beat the other people because there's this idea that culture is like, we're all in this together. It's a community.
That's how it should be when people accept awards. I'll beat you all.
I'd had a few beers, obs, and I won I think it was National Television Award, and I was up against like one of those nature documentaries. And I got up on the stage when I won, and I said, "Yeah, take this, David Attenborough."
The only one to slay a national icon.
Wow, everyone loves him.
Hey, we love him. He can take
ain't
it.
bothered.
He's got big shoulders.
Now, what we were, well, you don't know about Grayson actually, maybe. Because we were saying that there's something that, I don't know, there's you two may align in some way. I was thinking.
Really?
Apart
Because,
from growing up in Essex. There you
Well,
go.
yeah, there's Essex.
Okay.
There's incredible imagination and creativity, of course. I wanted to ask you my biggest problem: procrastination. Is procrastination part of the
Thief of time.
the part of it, or how do you avoid it?
I'm a kind of office hours sort of person, but I'm on all the time, so I quite often get my sketchbook out while I'm watching the TV.
Yeah.
But you've just got to commit. I mean, there's this idea, and I think the internet has sort of fed into this idea that sort of somehow there's a perfect thing to do. And there was a moment I was teaching some fashion students a year or two ago, and this student came in, and I looked at her drawings, and I sort of went, there's something funny going on here. I said, and she was covered in really like strong tattoos, right? Really graphic tattoos. And I said, and the drawing looked like she'd kind of got a 6H pencil and kind of like turned her back on it and kind of put this lightest little scribble on the page. Like, oh. And I sort of held it next to her arm. I said, you seem perfectly happy and kind of like committing this stuff to your body, but you can't seem to commit to a bit of A4 paper, And it's like I always draw with a pen because I think you've just got to go for it because you realise there is no perfect thing to do.
Yeah.
And you just got to do it and you work it and you change it. But you've got to make a start. You just got to put that thing in and have that confidence of doing the first thing.
Yeah.
And there is no perfect thing. And you are going to make mistakes. And some of the stuff you do is going to be rubbish. And that's fine because every artist does rubbish stuff. And that's okay.
That's the process. I guess.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with being, average.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fine. If you enjoy doing it, do
Yeah.
it. Because it's good for you.
Do you, Grayson, like to go to galleries and shows and look at other artists?
I used to go more. I'm too
Yeah.
busy these days.
Right.
Yeah.
I used to have like whole days where I'd go and do and sort of catch up on what was going on. But I'm just so busy now.
But
because
do you miss that though? Were they great times that you just had a bit of alone time and it felt good?
I don't know. I think I'm very much harder to impress now.
Wow.
I think I'm becoming a jaded old. It's funny, but that's the nature of getting old.
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
I don't know if it's like
And
for
also,
you.
you're allowed to be, I think.
Yeah,
you've done the groundwork.
You don't want to
It's
say,
there.
I've seen that before, or
Yeah, yeah.
but it's very often, I go into a gallery and I kind of go, it's quite a good version of that. I think in some ways we're addicted to novelty and experimentation. I would rather have quality.
Yes.
So when I go into an art exhibition, I don't think about, I want to see something experimental and novel that's broke the boundaries and
Yeah,
is the
yeah,
cutting edge or whatever. I don't want to see that. What I want to see is something that's really good quality, whether it's 1,000 years old or whether it was made yesterday. I want to see something that has the aesthetic sensitivities and is really sophisticated and beautifully made. And I think that is often this kind of fixation, this fetish of novelty has driven culture through the 20th century.
Yeah.
And I think now we should all settle down and get a bit more mature about it and start thinking, was that actually any good though?
Yeah.
So anything with the word experimental in front of it, I often
Avoid.
kind of go, avoid, red flag, experimental theatre. No! What it means is boring.
Do you do that though, Ange? Do you go and try new spots? Because there must be like in art, the same as food, there must be like new trends or the new thing. And
You do. You go and try new restaurants if you want to do it. But I don't want to be that person. I refuse to be that. I take my camera out every time I go out to eat food. I can't deal with that because I think I just want to enjoy the time and have, enjoy the company, whoever I'm with, and just have a good time. But I sort of think the great thing, like as you say, like the other day I was up in Cheshire and I've been desperate to go to Crosby Beach to see the Anthony Gordon
that's
lecture.
lovely.
in Crosby.
And for years, because it's been there for years. And I suddenly was there. I made myself 2 hours late for lunch to do this detour because I thought that has just been one of those things I wanted to cross up. And you look at it, it's metal figurine or figures in the sea, but it was stunning. And that's the art. You sort of, as you say, it's that longevity.
I think it's one of the best public sculptures
It's
in Britain. I
amazing.
mean, there's a lot of, I've been asked to do public sculpture.
Yeah.
I've never done it. There's so many issues like health and safety and not offending anyone and all that kind of stuff. But I think that, that is a really good piece of public sculpture.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
Grayson Perry, we come to your fast food quiz. Tell us your favourite way to eat eggs.
Oh, I like a boiled egg, just a classic one,
nice.
It's surprising how lovely a properly
Soft
cooked...
boiled egg?
Soft, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have it definitely on the runny side
Yeah.
with
Good.
soldiers.
Okay.
A twinkling of salt.
Yes.
Nice. Your favourite sandwich filling?
Probably a really good cheddar cheese.
Yeah.
And plenty of veg, like a good tomato and a bit of nice crunchy lettuce, onion.
Yeah.
And a bit of pickle, but maybe mango chutney or maybe a chili chutney or something.
Oh, right.
Something like that.
Yeah, I mango chutney and cheddar sandwich.
works.
Do love.
I make my own sandwiches when I go to work, usually something like that. For a few years, I worked making sandwiches in a hairdresser's on the King's Road.
Did you?
Yes, I
love
made Cilla
making
Black a sandwich.
Oh my God!
Get the Turner prize. That is it.
Yes, on the turn right. Made Cilla Black a sandwich.
Amazing.
my
If
God.
anyone who had a heart.
Favorite form of potato?
Baked. you've got the inside with nice butter you put on it or whatever, soaks up whatever you're with, and then it's got the skin. If it's nice, you've got a sort of second. I like a baked potato.
Bit of an event as well, 'cause you've got to really go for it for a few hours.
It's easy as well. You just bung it in, and you know you've started cooking.
Yeah. 2 hours later.
Because you can't procrastinate because the baked potato's off.
Baked potatoes off.
Favourite pasta dish?
I do like spaghetti.
Yeah.
I think you can't beat a classic because I like the fact, I don't know if I might be wrong with this, Angela, but in Italy, that's the one sort of pasta that an Italian will eat from dried, cooked from dried, And I like that. I know, because because often I get pasta and it's a bit, and so I like the fact that it's still got a bit of
al dente,
and
and it works with the best sauces, tomato sauce, vongole, favourite Sunday roast?
I do. I mean, I do like a kind of sous vide lamb.
A sous vide lamb?
What, sous vide?
Surprise me.
Yeah, where it's really falling off the bone sort of type of thing.
So really slow cooked. Like shoulder of lamb or something.
But then I quite like pork with apple sauce as well.
Love
if it's
pork
really
with apple
done,
sauce.
my teeth aren't quite up to crackling anymore though.
What would you say is your favourite kitchen utensil?
Bottle opener.
Best answer so far for the food quiz across the board. I love it.
Grayson, we have the end of the show question here for your chance to win this Waitrose goodie bag.
I'm all for it. I really want it.
Full of stuff.
Oh, look at that. No, I know you're making me want to win it now. And I've become...
Well, you can.
I've become passionate.
Yeah, passionate.
Oh, don't become passionate.
Don't become passionate, Grayson. Do you want Grayson to open it? For the Waitrose goodie bag, please, could you paint a mental picture of what you would consider the perfect pie?
Ooh, the perfect pie. Well, one of my stipulations would be that it has pastry underneath as well as on the top. I think it's just a con. If you get a pie at a restaurant and it's just got pastry over the top, it's a lie. It's not a pie. It's got to have pastry underneath it. So things.
So pastry underneath.
Top and bottom.
Yes.
It's got to have a nice shiny. Someone's done a bit of egg brushing on there. And then what would I want inside? I would want it to be super moist so it really soaks into the crust, like plenty of gravy. And it's probably just going to be a classic, like a steak and kidney.
Okay.
I mean, it might have, they do this whole thing ale. I'm never quite sure what that really means, I just think it's a hipster affectation.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going to write that anytime something like that. That's a hipster affectation.
But I often, it's the pastry and the kind of insides. It's that combo that you want.
The ratio,
Yeah, it's the ratio because you don't want to feel like you're just eating a stew. Because I'm one of those people when I'm eating that I will save a little bit of that and a little bit of that and a little bit of that and a little bit of that to make sure my last mouthful or two mouthfuls are kind of representative of the whole meal.
No, that's good. That's good. Was that a good description, Ange?
Definitely, I can
All right,
do
the
that.
goodie bag
That's
is yours,
fine.
Grayson Perry. The goodie bag is Grayson. Grayson, that was so fun.
Thank you, you're
I love
amazing.
that. I love that so much. Are You Good? On tour from the 7th of October to the 7th of December. We've got to go.
We're going.
We've got to go.
We're going.
A round of applause for the incredible Grayson Perry, everybody.
Yeah.
Grayson, thank you.
Thank you so much.